Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we switch from the USFFL playoffs to the USFFL Coach of the Year tournament. We have whittled it down to just 2 teams remaining, and you know what that means? It is title time. It is time to play our Coach of the Year championship game. We have the 12-7 San Francisco 49ers, your 2-seeded team, on the road against the number 1-seeded New England Patriots and their 10-8 record. Last year's runner-up, COY championship game coming up right now. Stay tuned. All right. Whoa, we're back. Let's get you out to the stadium here. 1 second. Get me off screen. Let's get that game number. Oh, it looks like I need to pull the pre-file still. My apologies. Let's get that pulled up. Doggone, it looks like we need to download the file too. 1 moment. All right, now we're on the way. File downloaded. Let's get that pre-file. And now we are ready to get out to that stadium. Thank you for your patience, folks. So it looks like they are having some slight technical issues on their end as well. Give me just a second here. All right, so we should know in a little bit. So I guess we can talk a little bit about the matchup. As it turns out, I was ready before they were, so no problem at all. So we are about to have the San Francisco 49ers versus the New England Patriots. Patriots are going to be coached by Dennis Young, who you just saw me chatting with a little bit ago. And the San Francisco 49ers are going to be coached by Rich Piers. Rich is actually our defending USFFL champion, winning the Super Bowl last year, and as a matter of fact, the year before that as well. Dennis Young was the runner-up in the Coach of the Year championship game last year. He lost out to Jess Geller and the Carolina Panthers. Just alerted just earlier tonight that he's only going to be the defending champ for a few more hours. So here, 49ers got here, I guess, as the 2 seed. They won in round number 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, 27-23. And then they beat the Tennessee Titans 30-27. That was a fun game. Those two coaches shared that they first played this game sitting across a table from one another in the 70s, the 1970s. That's badass in any league. Glad we could get those two together for such a fun game. Patriots had the bye as the number 1 seed, so they've only had to play one contest to make it here. They beat the Giants 24-13. So I think at this point, from what our coaches are signaling so far, we might be in a short delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep an eye on it. I'll stay in touch with our coaches. You're welcome to keep it on and hear my voice when I come back on. I'll pop up the delay sign, and we'll be back with you as soon as this game is ready to start. All right, so we are going to be back here. It appears we have a game number. So we're already chatting with the coaches here in our pregame screen, and there's the opening kick. Looks like the San Francisco 49ers are going to have the first crack on offense. They'll begin from their own 30. Just to refresh, Niners are coached by Rich Pierce. He is our reigning 2-time Super Bowl champion. Patriots are coached by Dennis Young, who was in this very same Coach of the Year championship game last year and dropped that one to Jess Geller. and lost the previous year on 2 Jimmy G fourth quarter flat pass INTs. Coaches are sharing memories. All right, base run set. That's where the Niners begin. Jordan Mason's going to be your tailback. Back to pass, Brock Purdy on first down. He's looking for Jawan Jennings. A little pressure. He's going to have to scramble. Left side up the sideline, first down yardage. Purdy's got 14. So a nice drive starter for the 49ers. They're alerting to a lineup change, so they'll take just a moment. We'll use that to check on injuries. Looks like the only player that is missing in this game is the fullback of the 49ers, Kyle Juszczyk. Not your typical fullback, even if it still was a league of fullbacks, which it's not anymore. Kyle Juszczyk, run blocks 5, pass blocks 5. And if I'm not mistaken, an A or a B rated yak that you're missing when he's out? No, I'm incorrect on that. But he's still a very good flat receiver, D rated yak. So he's without the fullback. Patriots run defense rated poor against the pass and poor against the run. We're back in action now. New set of downs again from the 44. All we've seen so far is Purdy's first down scramble. Back to pass. Purdy, once again, he wants to throw short. He's looking for Jawan Jennings again. He's going to dump it off instead. Out in the flat now, and that's going to be caught. It's going to be a 5-yard pickup on that one. Jalen Moore on the reception. Both of those plays, the free safety of the Patriots was doubled up on the tight end Kittle. And both passes went to Jennings. Kittle's got A-rated yak, as does Deebo Samuel, who's in here now. 3 wide receivers are on the field. Defense guesses run, and it is. Off tackle, and McCaffrey's got just 2. And that makes it 3rd down and 3. Made a couple mistakes earlier in the day. Had the house to myself, sang out loud with some music. Then I went and Ubered and sang some more out loud when I was doing that. My voice is gone, and we're about 4 plays into the game, so you'll have to bear with me tonight, I think. We'll get through it, though. 3rd and 3. Opening drive for the Niners. They're on the New England side of the field now at the 49. Niners looking for a flat pass. This goes to Deebo. Nice catch and run. 8-yard pickup. That'll get him down to the 41. Place kicker is Jake Moody. His range goes out to the 38 at a 2 through 7. So we're just a few yards away from that. 3 wide receivers split out. Coach Young puts his defense in the nickel. Back to pass, Purdy again. Looking short, he wants Kittle this time, but too much pressure. He's going to scramble again, right around the left side, and another first down run. Brock Purdy showing off his wheels, moves the sticks again, and the Niners are now 1st and 10 at the New England 29. Good-looking early drive for San Francisco. Tailback is now Isaac Guerrero. Back to pass. Here's short. Going for, almost. Pass was intended for Ayuk. It's incomplete. Excellent double team by the New England free safety. And on the defender, extra 15, even on that 6 die, can't get it when it's incomplete. And that 6 didn't cash in there. 2nd and 10. Here's a look-in pass. This is going to Kittle. Linebacker stayed home. He's a 0. And that's going to be a short completion of 4 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 6 at the 25. From right here, 2 to 7, 11 and 12 field goal range. You can get that down to a 2 to 10 with a little variable boost of the positive nature. Off tackle handoff to Isaac Garendo on 3rd and 6, and he's going to get 2 yards. It's 4th and 4. That one ended up in the right column because of the 3 wide receiver set. Wouldn't have been a first down either way. 4th and 4 at the 23. So 40-yard field goal attempt would be a 2 through 7, 11 and 12. He's going to eschew that, and he's going to go for this 4th and 4. Kind of surprising. If you get that just 1 yard boost on variable, you'd end up in a 2 through 10. But I get it. 4th and 4. Blocking back set. Jordan Mason back in at tailback. Pats show a 3-4. Little extra help to cover those flat zones. Pats are looking run. They double the flats, but Purdy is back to pass, and he's looking short. Goes to the defensive card, and it's complete to his tight end, Kittle. 15-yard pickup on a 6-7 roll defensive die. Kyle Duggar couldn't break that pass up, and it's 1st and goal now from the 8-yard line. Full house set. Safety up close. He shows blitz. It's a pitch out and run. There goes McCaffrey around the edge, and what do we have? It's a 5-yard gain. Nice pickup, but it could have been a touchdown. That was a split roll. 2 to 8, 11, 12 were all touchdown. 2nd and goal at the 3. Full house again. Here's a sneak to the quarterback, Purdy. 2 linebackers in zone, and Purdy pushes, and he's across the goal. Touchdown, Niners. Opening drive of the game for San Francisco. Hits pay dirt. 11 plays, 55 yards, 4 first downs, and a touchdown sneak for Purdy, who had 3 good runs on this drive. Extra points good, but there is a flag. They're going to call that offsetting penalties, and we'll kick it again. Coach Young salutes his opponent on a good first drive. Extra point is good again, but once again, a penalty. And that's going to be assessed on the kickoff. New England was offsides. There's a touchback. And you can add that on to your touchback and get that 5 yards. That's a nice. I didn't realize the rule kind of works that way. That's actually pretty awesome. So the Pats will start at the 35 then. You're going to see a lot of run sets from this team. 2 tight ends. Ramondre Stevenson, the tailback. And their drive starters, an inside handoff and a 2-yard pickup is all for Ramondre Stevenson. Guard Layden Robinson couldn't make the block on that 5-wide die. Niners defensively rated average to good against the pass, average to poor against the run. Again, 2 tight ends set for New England. And here's a pitch out. Ramondre Stevenson going for the edge. Hits the defensive card, and he got the roll he wants. That's a short gain up the sidelines, and he's got 17 yards across midfield. And finally brought down at the San Francisco 46-yard line by Renardo Green. So the Pats now in San Fran territory. They'll stay in 2 tight ends. Here's a flat pass. Left side. Doubled up in the flats, but it goes to the quarterback card, and Drake May hits Ramondre Stevenson for another first down. Catch and run of 14 yards on that play. And the Pats soundly in field goal range now at the San Fran 32. From right here, it would be a 2 to 8. Slight variable risk. They'll stick with their 2 tight end set. Niners gets run for the second straight time. Back to pass and short. No good. Drake May found the only automatic incompletion on the San Fran defensive card, three-man column. 2nd and 10. Two tight ends. Bookends are Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. H&H. And here's a quick slant to him. Austin Hooper. And nothing doing. Incomplete. Actually hit a negative roll defensive card. Wiped away over the look-in. 3rd and 10. So from the 32, this is a 2-8 field goal. You lose a yard on the variable. It drops to a 2-7, 11, and 12. So very close. Very similar. 3 wide receivers set up now for the first time for New England. Kayshon Bouttie's in the slot. That's going to bring out the nickel for San Francisco. Big 3rd and 10. And it's an inside run draw. Going to try to get it on the ground. And Ramondre Stevenson, he only got, did he get sick? He got 2 yards, but there was a defensive penalty. And that's going to be easily taken, accepted. So that's 3rd and 5 now at the 27. And again, inside run draw, right back to Stevenson, and he's going to lose a yard. That time, the one on the wide die sent it to the right column, and that's going to force the field goal unit onto the field. 4th and 6 at the 28. So this should be a 2-8 for Joey Sly. It is up, and it's no good. Joey shanks it to the left, and the Patriots fail to pierce the scoreboard on their opening drive. San Fran will take over at their own 35, their second possession. 6 minutes remains, first quarter. First down, flat pass. Both flats are double. Great call by the defensive coach, and it's incomplete. Nice call, Coach Young. And the Niners start behind the sticks. 2nd and 10. Base run set. Here's a little look in over the middle. This is to Deebo Samuel. He's got A-rated yak, but the receiver is the result. Catch, run, first down. Deebo hits his number, and it's a 12-yard pickup. That'll get the Niners out to the 47. So far, Brock Purdy, 5 of 7, 44 yards. 20 of those yards now to Deebo Samuel. Back to pass, looking short. Little pressure. He's going to run with it again. There goes Purdy around the right side. This time he's going to get 8. And that's 2nd and 2. Brock Purdy, 4 rushes, 37 yards, and a touchdown already in the first quarter on the ground. 2nd and 2. Blocking back set. Mason in the deep eye. Off tackle to him. Patriots guess run. And it's going to be a 4-yard pickup and a first down. That result on the defensive card. One linebacker was in zone. So now from the New England 41-yard line. Flat pass, right side. This goes to the tight end, Kittle, and that is incomplete. That dive found the interception split roll defensively. Missed the low odds, and it's 2nd and 10. Three wide receiver formation. Here's a pitch out, goes to Garendo. He goes to the defensive card, and he's got a nice pickup. 15 yards on a split roll. That 2-8, 11, and 12 we saw earlier. And it's 15 for Garendo. And the Niners 1st and 10 at the 26 now of New England. Base run set. Handoff, off tackle. Left side to Mason. Mason goes to the defensive card, and he's got a nice 8-yard pickup. Oh, that's an extremely ugly run defensive card right there in off tackle zero linebacker. Wow, 2nd and 2. In the red zone now, Niners at the 18. Safety up close shows blitz for the Pats. It's another handoff off tackle. Mason, left side again. Right back to the defensive card. And he's got a big run, folks. He's headed toward the goal line. Let's see. He is brought down at the 6. It looked a little more open there for a second. Staring at a box on that short gain. It's 1st and goal at the 6 now. Full house set. Pats looking run. Back to pass. Short. Kittle's got it. Touchdown Niners. Brock Purdy to George Kittle. A 6-yard touchdown strike. The extra point is up and good. And with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter, Niners on the road are up 14-0. That second drive for the Niners, 9 plays, 65 yards, 5 first downs, just like the first drive. So Patriots now down 2 scores. They'll begin from their 30. Antonio Gibson in now as the tailback, and it's a handoff to him on 1st down, and he's going nowhere. 4 on the white die, not good enough to get past the Niners right tackle. Jordan Elliott, 2nd and 10. They'll stay with Gibson at tailback. And right back to him on the ground, off tackle. This time he goes to his card wrong, and it's nothing doing again as he hits the dreaded 5. 3rd down and 10 for the Patriots. And now they're in a must-pass situation, and back to throw. Short and incomplete. Drake May tried to hook up with Kendrick Bourne, but defender was able to make that stop. 4th down, and here comes the punter, Bryce Beringer. It's a 45-yard boot. Niners let it roll, goes down to the 16, and that's where San Francisco will take over, already up 14-0. We're now into the second quarter of this championship game. 14:42 remains. Pats look run on 1st down, and it's a deep ball. He wants George Kittle, and it is no good, incomplete. Purdy had a pretty good-looking card there, but hit his interception split roll. It was only a 2, 3, and 12 on wrong. 2nd and 10. Gorindo now in at tailback for the Niners. Same thing. Defense looks run. We got a deep ball to Kittle. This time there's nobody in the defensive zone. And Kittle's got that one. And he crosses the 40. And he is out to the 50-yard line. Brock Purdy to George Kittle, plus 34 in the quarterback wrong column. And that takes the Niners right to midfield. Base run set with Gorindo. Pats look run. Here's a screen. We're right to the Gorindo in the flat. And a nice yak opportunity set up by his quarterback. It's going to be 4 yards as Gorindo gets his worst roll on that yak chart. So 2nd and 6. Niners have 11 first downs to 2 so far. It's been kind of a whitewash, off tackle, and a 2-yard pickup for Mason. Brought down by Devon Godcha. And that'll make it 3rd and 4. Niners is going to operate it out of the base run set. Jordan Mason's the tailback. Niners are 1 of 2 on 3rd down so far tonight. There's an off-tackle handoff. Jordan Mason, 1 linebacker in zone, and that's going to be the difference. It holds him to 3. So 4th and 1. Niners at the 41 of New England. And without any hesitation, Coach Pierce keeps the offense on the field, blocking back set. Pats in a 3-4. I'd expect the run call here, but there's a flat pass to Debo. He is doubled by the safety. Great call, Patriots defense, on 4th and 1. And let's see if that gets him off the field here. Receiver double team call him for the quarterback. Catch by Debo. First down, San Francisco. Perfect call by Coach Dennis Young. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And Brock Purdy just sizzled that one in there. Third catch of the game for Deebo Samuel, and a new set of downs for the Niners at the 34. Wow. Mason back in at tailback. Off tackle, right side to him. One linebacker in zone, and it's going to be a 3-yard pickup. Wipe it away, 5-yard penalty against the offense. So back the Niners up a little bit. 1st and 15 now. They'll split out 3 wide receivers. Ayuk is in the slot. Off tackle call. This goes to Isaac Guerrero on his own card, and nothing doing. Brought down right away, Christian Ellis. Guerrero hit the 5 roll on his wrong column, and it's 2nd and 15, San Francisco. They'll stay in a base run set, but the Pats will drop into a nickel. And it's a handoff, pitch out, actually. Jordan Mason, right side. Defensive card, and he gets a good block. Kittle for 9 yards, 666. Doesn't look like anybody got hurt that I can see. Nope. So the injury, I'm sorry, it wasn't 666. I'm not seeing the dice right. 6-10. So 3rd and 6 now for San Francisco. Pats will stay in that nickel. Base run set. That gives them an extra defender to double somebody with. I bet he drops that on Kittle or Samuel with their A-rated yak here. Instead, it's a draw call and a run call from the defense, and that's a 1-yard loss. Great job by the New England defensive coach there. And it's 4th and 7. Here comes a field goal attempt of 48 yards. 2-7, 11, and 12. Slight variable risk could drop off that 11 and 12. Jake Moody trying to give the Niners a 17-point lead. Quite a long pause waiting for the kick. Did I lose connection? Did they? All right, so it appears that the 49ers coach got stuck. So we have a short technical break with the Niners up 14-0, 10:30 to go, second quarter. And the Niners with 4th and 7 at the 31 are waiting to set up for a 48-yard field goal that could put them up by 3 scores. So we'll keep an eye here for the new game number. I was going to go take a look at the stats of this game so far, but I guess now that I've closed the game, I'm unable to do that. Makes sense. Should have kept it up. Well, hopefully they will have a new game number for us in just a bit. In the USFFL playoffs, we haven't mentioned that yet, as we do have a new game number. So we'll get that game back up quickly and see if we can't catch that field goal. Looks like they waited for me. Yep, they just confirmed that the broadcast is live. We are, so we should be seeing this kick any second. Again, to put the Niners up 17-0. They're joking that they don't want me to miss the blocked field goal that changed everything. Awesome. I love the attitude. So to recap, this field goal is 2 through 7, 11, and 12. But if the variable pushes him back 2 yards, you're going to drop that 11 and 12. And only a 2 through 7 is going to be good. Both of these kickers, you have to get a little closer to get that automatic 2 to 10. One advantage the Patriots kicker has is their range goes out to the 46, whereas I believe the Niners kicker, their depth ends at the 38, if I'm not mistaken. That is correct, 38 and 46. Did I lose them? Yep, looks like we got another game number, folks. So it's going to be one of those nights where we're going to have to be a little extra patient. It is the championship game, so I think we can muster the patience tonight. It has been it's been a real fun playoffs this year. Really enjoyed this year start to finish. Reaching out to the coaches here real quick. Oh, there we go. Game came up. So again, we're set up for this. Here it is, Jake Moody. Kick is up, and it is no good. He did not lose the variable, but on 2 to 7, 11, and 12, he rolls a 10. And that is a bullet dodged by the New England Patriots, in as much as nobody wants to be down 17. So 1st and 10 at their own 38, pitch out on 1st down, and nothing doing. Ramondre Stevenson. One on the white die, shifted that to the right column, and he got 0, 2nd and 10. Would have been 7 yards. Defense looks run, back to pass, short, tight end's got it. Austin Hooper for 11 on that play. And the Pats are out near midfield at their own 49. Drake May, that's just his 2nd completion. 2 of 5 for 25. Back to pass. Looking deep. Safety's back there. On his right column, Drake May is going to scramble with it. And he's got a good run. He picks up 10 and fumbles it. It's on the ground. And let's see who's got it. I think the Pats recovered it. They do. Is he going to elect to return it? He does. And he loses a yard. That's interesting because they don't give him the 1st down. And to my way of watching that play on the replay, that he got the 10 and then fumbled and then lost it. Should have got that 1st down. Maybe he was a couple inches short. Regardless, 2nd and 1. Off tackle handoff, Ramondre Stevenson, and he's got a short gain. Stevenson in his right column finds his number, and that's a 15-yard pickup down to the 27. Pats are on the move. Five rushes, 33 so far for Ramondre Stevenson. Flat pass. This goes to Austin Hooper. Incomplete as the 4 on the white die could not beat the LB in zone. 6 rated D Winters. So 2nd and 10 now for the Pats. 2 tight end set. Back to pass. Looking short, no good, incomplete. That was on wrong column for Drake May. That's, I think, 3 consecutive passes by May that were on wrong in so much as the Niners were guessing and looking for pass. 3rd and 10 now for the Pats. They're at the 27. They'll put out 3 wide receivers. Back to pass is Drake May, but the pressure is on him, and he's down. Malik Collins gets him for an 8-yard sack. Back to the 35, and it's going to be a 52-yard field goal attempt. Joey Sly, and he nails it. Boy, that deep range is a 2-7, 11, and 12. So the Pats are finally on the board at the 6:54 mark of the second quarter. It's 14-3, and a nice kick return by San Fran. Deebo Samuel took that all the way out to the 41, so the Niners with good field position. Now with an 11-point lead. 6:36 to go before half. Handoff off tackle Jordan Mason, and he's going to get 3 yards. Definitely not his best offering in his wrong column there. 2nd and 7. Mason on the day, 8 rushes, 40 yards. That's 5 per. And here's a pitch out to him. Right side. And he's going to get, actually, there's a penalty, and that's going to be against the defense. Pats were offside, so mark off the yardage, and it's 2nd and 2 for San Francisco. Base run set again. Here's a flat pass to Juwan Jennings, and that goes to the defensive card and a pickup of 8. That found the 0-man column with the 6 die. Niners across midfield now at the Pats' 43-yard line. Clock winding down toward 5 minutes. Flat pass, Deebo Samuel. Linebacker stayed home. And it's going to be a 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5. Purdy now over 100 yards, 11 of 15, 108, and a touchdown. Gorindo checks in at tailback. And here's an off tackle to him. Pats were looking run, and a 3-yard pickup because they had a linebacker in zone. They're stacking that line. They're stacking that off tackle zone with a man on both sides, usually to avoid that 0-man column I highlighted earlier. 3rd and 2 now for San Fran. Gorindo stays in. We're at the New England 35. Short yardage defense, off tackle Gorindo. To the defensive card he goes, and he gets 2, and that's a 1st down. Move the sticks. Niners now at the 33-yard line. Base run set. Here's a pitch out to Gorindo. Defense called run, but it goes to the defensive card, and it's a 5-yard pickup as Gorindo uses that 6 on the white die to beat the defensive end. 2nd and 5. Niners burning a lot of clock here, down to 3:18 left before half. Checking in at tailback now, Christian McCaffrey. Here's a hitch over the middle. This goes to Deebo Samuel. And that hits the defensive card, and with one man in zone, incomplete. 3rd and 5. Coach Young defensively had the right idea on that one, had his safety double teaming on an A-rated yak. Just not the right A-rated yak. He was on Kittle. The pass went to Deebo. So a big 3rd and 5 coming up for San Francisco. They'll have 3 wide receivers on the field here. Jordan Mason's the tailback. Niners 2 of 5 on 3rd downs. Pat's in a nickel. The snap, Purdy back to pass. He looks short. He wants Brandon Ayuk. Going to have to run with it. And he's got 1st down yardage. Pickup of 8. And that'll get the Niners down to the 20, and they're into the red zone again. Blocking back set. Niners have been in the red zone twice. They've got 2 touchdowns. Screen pass. This goes to the tailback, Garendo. Linebacker in zone, but a 6 in the white die. Doesn't care. And it's an 8-yard pickup for the tailback. As we reach that 2-minute warning. First half in New England. Home team struggling. Niners on top, 14-3, and they're knocking on the door. 2nd and 2 at the 12. Garendo the tailback in a base run set. Here comes the sneak. Quarterback Purdy. Purdy goes to the defensive guard and powers forward for 5 yards. 1st and goal at the 7. Purdy now 6 runs in this game for 50 yards. He's on pace for 100. So a new set of downs now. Flat pass is out of play. 1st and goal at the 7. Full house set. And a sneak to Purdy yet again. And this time it gets his right column, and it's just a yard. So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 6. San Fran will stay in the full house. Safety Hawkins is showing blitz, but the defense is guessing run. Purdy back to pass. Looks short. He's going for Kittle, and no good, incomplete. Actually found the interception split roll on that defensive card. Avoided that 2 through 4, and it's now 3rd and 6. 3rd and goal from the 6. They'll stay with the full house set. Mason and McCaffrey are in the backfield. 3-4 blitz from the Pats. Big play in this game. Pitch out. Mason. Defense looks pass. Mason gets his wrong column, and he's got 5. He needed 6. And it is 4th and goal at the 1. And if I know Rich Pierce, he is bringing that offense right up to the line. No way he's kicking. Full house set. Pats burned their 2nd time out. 1:07 before halftime. 3-4 blitz from the defense. 4th and goal at the 1. We saw this earlier, and the Patriots made the perfect defensive call and got burned anyway. Inside run, Jordan Mason. The key is on the quarterback. To the defensive guard. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jordan Mason got the center block rating. Didn't really matter. He was going to get it either way. Extra points good. And with 52 seconds remaining before halftime, the 49ers have extended to an 18-point lead, 21-3. Long gain on a kick return that, unfortunately for the Patriots, just turned up the shortest roll you can get. Boy, he had the home chart on the long gain roll. 87, 81, 66. That's from the top. From the bottom up, touchdown 71, 59, 52. He settles for a 33-yard return. just a bad break. It's been a tough first half for Coach Dennis Young and the Ivories of red and white. New set of downs. Patriots at their 34. We'll see how aggressive he wants to be. He sets up in a 2 tight end. Back to pass. He is looking deep. He wants his tight end, Austin Hooper, incomplete. Dice gave him a 2 through 4 and 12 shot on the defensive card. But the dice haven't been working out for the Pats so far. 2nd and 10. Clock at 37 seconds left. Pats still have 1 timeout. Niners in a nickel. Pats stay in 2 tight end. Drake May just 2 of 8 in this first half for 25 yards. Brutal. Second down, they're going to try a screen and incomplete. That was for Amandre Stevenson. Receiver result came up. Wasn't much there regardless. 3rd and 10. And now the Patriots are going to bring out 3 wide receivers. Booty heads into the slot. Drake May in the shotgun. D in a nickel. Back to pass, looking short. Receivers doubled. It's caught anyway to Mario Douglas. Drake May found his only completion in the double team column. And that's how he got his passing stats up to 3 of 10. Rough first half. They do burn their final timeout. And 22 seconds on the clock. They're at their 44. And remember, field goal range for them starts just 10 yards from here. Big range for Joey Sly. 3 wide receivers and a fullback. So there won't be a run unless it's a must run. Hunter Henry is back in their backfield with the quarterback in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking deep. Empty zone, but it goes to the quarterback card, incomplete. There's a penalty. And that is not the pass interference that Dennis was hoping for. It's holding against the Pats. So now 15 seconds left. You're 1st and 20 at your 34. No timeouts. How aggressive do you want to be? Well, the answer, according to Coach Dennis Young, is at least as aggressive as I showed last time. 3 wide receivers. Hunter Henry in the backfield with a shotgun quarterback. Deep 3-2-6 dime from San Fran. Back to pass and looking deep. 1 man in zone. We're going for Hunter Henry on the quarterback card, and it's going to be a quarterback scramble. He's only going to get 5 yards and fumbles it. Another fumble, Drake May. Let's see who recovers. And it looks like the Pats have it. So I assume he's going to try to return it. No, or didn't get the option. 1 second left. Pats have a 3rd and 15 at their 39. So, barring a penalty, this will be the final play of the first half. Full spread formation from the Patriots. Everybody deep for the defense. Back to pass, looking deep on the defensive card, and it's intercepted. So nothing on the clock. There's going to be a return. Niners pick it off at their own 32. No touchdown showing, though. Looks like a 13-yard return on that interception by Malik Mustafa as we head to halftime here in New England. Oh, as a game just shut down on us, or on me at least. (21-3) is the halftime score. And it looks like it's about to bring up the game again. Yeah, it looks like they might be taking a short break at half. Looking at the halftime stats here. Total domination by San Francisco. My word. Outgained the Patriots 247 to 75. 18 first downs to 5. (20 minutes and 44 seconds time of possession to just 9 and 34 seconds for the Patriots. Drake May 3 of 12, 35 yards. So a complete whitewashing, but it's a new half. Pats get the ball first, and their first play is going to be a 4-yard run to Ramondre Stevenson. Second and 6. May back to pass, looks short. He's going to run with it. And he's got good yardage again across the 40, across the 50, inside the 40, and inside the 30, and down to the 27 of San Francisco. Snake Eyes on the must run produce a 41-yard scramble for the Patriots quarterback. And let's not call the game over quite yet. Niners gets run, back to pass, looking deep. Empty zone, incomplete. Found the zero-man column defensively, but couldn't find the dice. Second and 10. Patriots trying to come out of the halftime on fire and score in 2 plays. Back to pass on second and 10. Looks short to his tight end. Hunter Henry's got it, and that's a first down. Pats. Now into the red zone are the Patriots. I believe this is their deepest penetration of the game. And indeed it is. First and 10 at the 15. 2 tight end set. Niners safety creeps up close. They're showing blitz out of a 4-3. Here comes the screen, right side. Too much pressure, and down goes the quarterback. Flat pass, so it was a quick release, but Devondre Campbell was on him right away. Looks like it's a 12-yard loss, according to what I'm seeing, although the game is acting for me like we may be stuck again. Nope, the game is acting like I'm stuck, but we did see that sack. So the Patriots are going to have to dig out of a hole again here. I can still hear it. Let me kill the game in my task manager. There we go. All right. And we'll try again. I wonder if maybe they got kicked off because I'm not seeing the game come up now. Let me just check with them. Anxious to get back in there and see if Patriots were able to dig themselves out of that hole. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Yep. That makes me feel better. It wasn't just me. Game crashed. They've got a new game number coming. So it appears maybe I got my wish, and I will get to see if Dennis can dig himself out of this hole that sack has put him in. Wow. San Francisco offensively in this game. Just been very, very, very solid. You know, the Patriots do have the double poor ratings on their defensive cards, and that can be tough to overcome. It's credit to Coach Young to have made it this far. Let's check something here. We still don't have another game. I wanted to look at this earlier just to highlight it for us. Looks like they're stuck again. Wanted to at least let's highlight these coaches. So the Patriots, Dennis Young's playing a team that is carded to win 4 games. It says here 8, but he actually ended up winning 9. So obviously that's how he got the number 1 seed. Great effort there by him. And in the NFC side, San Francisco 49ers were carded to win 6 games only. And Rich Pierce brought that team to 10 wins. So that's how these two teams put themselves in a position to be the 1 and 2 seeds in this tourney. We've got our new game number. Trying to highlight earlier in USFFL action last night, the Kansas City Chiefs advanced to the USFFL Super Bowl with a ridiculous 10-7 win over the Cincinnati Bengals. Chiefs got a touchdown on the opening drive to go up 7-0, and it stays like that from a scoreboard perspective all the way until about 7 minutes left in the game. Looks like they're stuck again. So we may pop the delay sign up again. But to finish that story, because I do like this story, he does. So in that window till we get to the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter, Chiefs were the only score on that opening drive. The closest either team came to scoring, Jeff drove the Bengals into a first and goal that ended up being a 3rd and goal situation. And on 3rd and goal from like the 6 or the 8, Burrow throws an interception in the end zone. So they missed that scoring opportunity. And the Chiefs had a 2-10 field goal opportunity at one point to extend to 10-0, and Butker shanked that one. So that's how we got to still 7-0 with just 7 minutes left in the game. And it's at about that moment that it occurred to me, I had this deja vu. That's when I remembered that in one of my very first playoff appearances in this USFFL, I played Dan Marin and the Broncos, and the Chiefs scored on the opening drive, and the score ended up 7-0. Neither of us scored the rest of the game. So I remembered that last night when our score was 7-0. But Jeff Windlet does a great job, comes back with the Bengals, ties it up 7-0. Ties it up 7-7. We both have an opportunity on a drive after that, but on his drive, after I punted, a couple of sacks put him deep. And so when he punted, I was able to run out the clock, kick a field goal with 1 second left, and the Chiefs advance. So the Chiefs are waiting for the opponent of the NFC championship game. We're still waiting for a kickoff on that one. So we don't know when that one's going to be airing, but it's going to be the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. It looks like we are stuck again. Well, folks, it's unfortunate we haven't had the best of games as of yet. It's a little choppy with the tech issues. Hopefully we'll get it worked out here pretty quick. We do have a new game number. And I'm going to be extra careful and give them ample time. Okay, they're in and playing. Here I come. So that's good news. Maybe I was the problem coming in too soon. If that's the case, it's sadly not the first playoff game that I've caused a delay in this year. And we're back. And so 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 15 of San Francisco. So I think that's where we left off. Off tackle Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to get just 2. 1 linebacker in zone on the defensive card. 2nd and 8. Opening drive, second half. And a Drake May 41-yard must run as the Patriots inside the red zone for the first time. 2nd and 8 at the 13. Flat pass still in play. Pats have the double H tight ends, Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. Short pass, that's caught. Henry, touchdown, Patriots. Drake May got the receiver result in his wrong column, and Hunter Henry turns that one into a 13-yard touchdown reception. And a brand new ball game, 21-10 after the extra point. Touchback on the ensuing kick. Niners about to get their first drive. And up to this point, the Patriots have not been able to stop this offense at all. Best they've done is held them to a missed field goal. The Pats just cut it to an 11-point game, so they're right back in it. But they need to figure out the defense quickly when they're already down by 11. Let's see what happens. Back to pass on first down, looking short. Defense calls pass. We're going to Jawan Jennings. Little pressure. We're going to dump it off in the flat to Kittle. That's good for the Niners. A-rated yak. But we get receiver result. Catch and run. Kittle. That's first down out across the 40 to the 44. 5 catches, 73 for Kittle. Christian Gonzalez, his 6th tackle. Niners out to the 44. Back to pass, looking short. Kittle's doubled this time. And let's see where the dice took us. It's going to be a dump off. And that goes to Jawan Jennings in the flat. And it's going to be a 5-yard gain on Purdy's card. 2nd down. Here's a flat pass to Kittle. We go to the 0-man column, and Kittle's got a 10-yard pickup. Niners now into New England territory. New set of downs at the 41. Base run set. Pat's looking for run, but it's a hitch. Deebo Samuel over the middle. 1-man in zone, and he's going to beat that linebacker with a 5 on the white die. 13-yard pickup for Deebo Samuel, his 5th catch. And quickly, the Niners down to the 28-yard line. 4 plays, 42 yards, and 3 first downs so far. Three wide receivers split out. Ayuk is in the slot. And we got a flat pass. Linebacker stays home. JJ is the target. Jawan Jennings. And it's going to be a receiver result and a catch and run of 6. And he fumbles it. Jawan Jennings dropped a 1 that he needed to fumble that ball. And it looks like New England has recovered. They're going to try to return this fumble. And they're going to lose a yard. And wow, I see why they wanted to return that fumble. Good grief. There's a touchdown and a long gain out there. Plus 34, short gain. I'm jealous. But what a big turnover. So a new set of downs for the Patriots and a 7-yard run by Ramondre Stevenson to start their drive. 2nd and 3. They're at the 28. Two tight end set. We've seen it all night by the Patriots. Off tackle handoff. Nobody in zone, and he hits the short gain, and they stuffed the wrong tackle zone, and it's a 14-yard pickup for Ramondre Stevenson, who now has 9 rushes, 60 yards for a 6.7 clip. Pat's out to the 42 now. Two tight end set, back to pass, looking deep. Defense gets run, and no good as Drake May just hits the number between his receiver and his long gain. 2nd and 10. Safety up close out of a 4-3. They're showing blitz. Back to pass. May looks short, and it's going to Demario Douglas, but incomplete. 4 on the white die, not enough to best Charvarius Ward at corner. And all of a sudden now, 3rd and 10. New England at their own 42. Halfway through the 3rd quarter now. Pats trail by 11. Big 3rd down here. May out of the shotgun. He's got Stevenson beside him. Niners in a nickel. Back to pass, looking short. And that's going to be caught. There's a penalty. Oh, offsetting penalties. So they'll replay the down. That wipes away an 11-yard first down catch by Kendrick Bourne. So 3rd and 10 again. Same formation, both teams. So we'll run it back. The snap, back to pass, looks short, and a must-run Drake May, but this time the dice do not bail him out. Low roll, just a 1-yard gain. 4th and 9, and the Patriots have to punt. Behringer with a good punt. That carries all the way down to the 6-yard line, it looks like. But they're going to let that bounce. It goes into the end zone. There was an offsides call against San Francisco. So wipe away the punt. It's now 4th and 4 for the Patriots at their own 48. And Coach Dennis Young says, okay, I can bring up the offense here. 2 tight ends. 4-3 defense shown here by San Fran. Big 4th and 4. Back to pass. The pressure got him too quickly. He was looking for Hunter Henry, but Nick Bosa, a sack and a 3-yard loss. Turnover on downs. And the Niners will begin with good field position at the New England 45. So a few twists and turns here in the mid-third quarter. Base run set. We've got Jordan Mason blocking back. And it's an off-tackle handoff to him, and it's going to be 3 yards, but wipe that away on a penalty holding against the offense. So that'll back up San Fran. That's their 5th penalty. 30 yards of penalty yards for them, 20 for New England. So San Fran back on their side of the field now, too. Flat pass, Kittle. 1 man home. And it's going to be a catch for 4 yards only. Purdy's right column, 2nd and 16. 7th catch of the game for Kittle. 6th tackle by Kyle Duggar. Guerrero checks in at tailback. Jalen Moore, the blocking back in front of him. And it's an off-tackle draw, Guerrero. Defense looking pass, and Guerrero gets a split roll and a big run. 15-yard mark off to the 36-yard line of New England. And that gets him down to a 3rd and 1. Guerrero having a good day in support for the Niners run game. 7 carries, 42 for 6 per carry. 3rd and 1. Guerrero checks out. Mason is in. Blocking back set. The key is on the quarterback. The handoff goes to Mason. He goes to the defensive guard and a big run of 8 yards. 1st down at the New England 28. Jordan Mason now over 50 yards rushing, 11 for 54. And here's an off tackle to him. Left side and a good run all the way down to the 6-yard line. 22-yard pickup in his wrong column. And it is 1st and goal, San Francisco. 3:18 left, 3rd quarter. Full house set. Safety shows blitz, but doubles instead on Kittle. It's a handoff off tackle. This goes to McCaffrey. Touchdown, Christian McCaffrey. C-Mac, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are going to be back up by 18 points with this PAT by Jake Moody, which is just good. Ensuing kickoff is brought out to the 21. So a nice job by the San Fran special teams. Pats will begin right there. 2 tight end set. Niners show a 4-3 blitz. And I'd throw short into that all day long. Left side screen. This goes to his halfback and incomplete. Drake May hit his interception split roll. Flirted with it. 2 to 5 and 12. 2nd and 10. Blocking back set. Off tackle handoff. Stevenson goes to the defensive card and a decent run. 7 yards. Third down and 3. Back to pass. Looks short and a must run. Drake May, he's got good yardage this time. 10 yards and a 1st down. New England out to their 39-yard line. Drake May now 5 rushes, 67 yards on the ground. Brock Purdy, not to be outdone, 7 rushes, 51 yards rushing. Safety up close showing blitz. Back to pass, looking deep. And that's incomplete. Drake May on his right column. Right nestled between a couple must runs. And it's 2nd and 10. Drake May's got a dangerous must run card. And if he's going to start angling for that, you might be looking for one of these linebackers to shadow. Pitch out, and Ramondre Stevenson gets nothing. Found the 5 in his wrong column, and it's 3rd and 10, Patriots. Three wide receivers split out here. Defense in a nickel, back to pass, short. That's caught. Kayshon Boutte. But offsetting penalties. That's the second time this quarter on 3rd and long. They got a first down pass, and offsetting penalties made them do it again. Back to pass, looking short, but now a dump off in the flat now to Kendrick Bourne, and he's going to be incomplete. That hit the 0-man column, and the Pats couldn't even make good on that. 4th and 10. As we reach the 4th quarter, the Pats are going to go for it. 4th and 10 at their own 39. Three wide receivers are out there. Back to pass. Looks short. He's going to the one guy that isn't doubled. It's caught, and it's a 10-yard gain. Kendrick Bourne converts on that 4th and 10. So the Pats start the 4th quarter on a high note. The low note is Drake May is now 6 of 21 for just 70 yards. 2 tight end set. Safety still showing blitz. I throw into that and try to pick up a cheap long gain. Trailing like this against this kind of team, short pass, but a must run. Drake May, good yardage, inside the 40, inside the 30, and down to the 25 as he scrambles for 26. He's now hit his snake eyes and his 3. 1st and 10 at the 25. Still almost 14 minutes left in this game. Defense looks run, but it's flat pass. Ramondre Stevenson, a great yak setup by his quarterback, but not the best roll. It's going to be a 7-yard net. 2nd and 3. That gets the Patriots into the red zone. They're at the 18-yard line. Their second trip to the red zone today. They scored a touchdown on their last trip. Short yardage defense looking short and no good, incomplete. Drake May on short pass wrong goes to the defensive card and tickles the old interception split roll, but skips that landmine. It's 3rd and 3. 2 tight end set. Niners will run the base 4-3 here. Safety stays back. The D's looking for a run, but it's passed. Drake May short to his tight end, Austin Hooper. No good. Incomplete. Receiver result. Hooper in his wrong column. Only 3 fails there, and he found one on 8. 4th and 3. Pat's going to go for it again. 2 tight end set. A field goal would cut it to 15, but I think you're making the right call. Off tackle and just a yard. Niners guess run correctly. That was double sixes. Would have been an 8-yard gain on wrong, but it's a turnover on downs. And the Niners begin at their own 17 now, 12:36 to go. Handoff to Patrick Taylor into the game now, and he loses 2. 2nd and 12 now at the 15 for San Francisco. .348 to 227, the yardage differential now, much different. Flat pass, this goes to Deebo Samuel. Nice catch, 6 yards. So he got half of the yardage needed. It's 3rd and 6. Blocking back set. Mason at tailback. Defense looks run, but it's quick slant to Kittle. Catch and a first down out across the 30 to the 31. 6 on the white die got us to that 0-man column. So a new set of downs. First down run off tackle, Patrick Taylor. And he's going to pick up 7 yards on the defensive card. Patriots had guessed run, but it didn't matter. Onside tackle, Colton McKivitz sprung that one with a good block. Short yardage defense, flat pass. This goes to Debo. Debo Samuel's got 9 more. And that's going to get the Niners all the way out to the 47. Patrick Taylor, the tailback here, blocking back set. And here's an off-tackle run to him. And he's going to pick up 2 yards on the defensive card. 2nd and 8. Clock now approaching 9 minutes left in this Coach of the Year championship. Off-tackle handoff, Jordan Mason, and he's going to lose a couple on that one. Defense was ready for him that time, and Devon Godchaw, his 5th tackle, 3rd and 10 now. Garindo checks in at tailback. And here's a pitch out to him. Garindo looking for the edge, goes to the defensive card, and it's just 3 yards. And that'll make it 4th and 7. The Niners will punt from the midfield stripe. 8:06 remaining. Pats trail by 18. They're running out of time. And they aren't built to come from behind. Coffin Corner is out at the 16. And with 7:48 showing on the clock, Patriots will begin right there. And immediately they're out to a 3 wide receiver set. And the Niners are in the nickel. Gibson is the tailback, and here's a first down screen to him. Catch, and he's got just a 4-yard pickup. Brought down by Devondre Campbell. His 4th tackle, 2nd and 6. Back to pass, looking short, and that's incomplete. To Mario Douglas, the intended target, and Charvarius Ward for the 2nd time in this half gets the better reading on a defender, extra 15. So 3rd and 6. Here's an inside run, draw, handoff, and there's going to be short run, but a 15-yard face mask. So that'll move him up to the 38. And an inside run draw right back to Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to lose a yard that time. 1 on the white die with 3 receivers out there. Pushed us to the right column. And an inferior result. 2nd and 11. May out of the shotgun. Screen pass. 1 man home. And it's going to be a catch, but just 2 yards for tailback. 3rd catch for Ramondre Stevenson, and it's 3rd and 9. Clock now winding, under 6 minutes left in this championship game. Back to pass. May look short. He wants Kendrick Bourne and can't get him. And it's 4th and 9. So Coach Rich Pierce, with his 6-win carded 49ers, closing in with an 18-point lead on a COY championship, which would be his first. Coach Young has asked for a moment. So we'll take a look quickly at the stats here. The only 2 sacks in the game were made by the Niners. Bosa got that most recent one on 4th down. So big 4th and 9 coming up here. I suppose not as big right now when you look at the scoreboard. Hunter Henry beside Drake May in that backfield. He's in the shotgun. Niners have brought out an extra safety now. The fully secure 3-2-6. Back to pass, looking short. May's got his card on a must run, and he's on the loose again. First down yardage across midfield to the San Fran 48. Drake May, a 13-yard scramble, and in a probable losing effort, Drake May has 7 rushes for 106 on the ground for New England in this game. I think if you told Dennis Young you're going to get 7 rushes from your quarterback for 106 yards tonight, he'd have thought he'd be in a good position. Dennis actually making similar comments in chat right now. Back to pass on first down. He's looking deep, but a little pressure. We're now dumping it off. Flat pass to Kendrick Bourne, and it's going to be just a short gain. Pick up a 4. Tenth completion of the game for Drake May, 10 of 29 for 87. And the 11th tackle for Fred Warner. How about that? Flat pass from Andre Stevenson. And he's going to pick up 9 in his receiver wrong column. That'll move the sticks for the Patriots. They're at the 35 of San Fran. Still down by 18 as we're now under 4 minutes remaining. Patriots made it to the championship game of COY last year and were beat. So back-to-back being on the doorstep for Coach Dennis Young. First down pass was incomplete on a deep ball, and it's 2nd and 10 Patriots, and another bomb coming up. This time he's looking at Kendrick Bourne, but he's going to have to dump it off or in the flat. Austin Hooper, the tight end. And incomplete. Hoop couldn't find it. 3rd down. Three wide receivers, 1 halfback. Back to pass and looking short. Going to dump it off again, right back to Kendrick Bourne. And that's going to be no good, incomplete. That found a receiver reading in the 0-man column, and Bourne couldn't cash in. 4th and 10. I'm going to put these coaches to work in the postgame. You watch. Back to pass and looking deep and no good. Tried to hit Kendrick Bourne. Turnover on downs, and with an 18-point lead, the Niners are going to take over at their own 35. 2:42 remains. I say I'm going to put these guys to work in the postgame. These 2 particular coaches, just to put you on alert, are both likely to show up for postgame. Most of the time, they'll check in for a postgame debrief. And because my voice is absolutely shredded, I'm just going to tell them to conduct their own question and answer and discussion of the game. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it. We're just on the plus side of the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 11 for the Niners. A successful key on the right running back. And snap fumble. Patriots, let's see if they recover. And they do. And remember what I said earlier about that fumble return. Look out. 7 yards on the return. I guess that one is it's a different setup. There was a reason the other one had better fumble readings. Nevertheless, we're at the 2-minute warning. Coach of the Year championship. We're just waiting to crown Rich Pierce and his San Francisco 49ers as this year's Coach of the Year champ. Off tackle run, Ramondre Stevenson, and he has found the 5 roll in his wrong column. Patriots take a timeout. They're still playing it to the end. Three wide receivers, 2 running back set. First time I've seen that one. Here's a hitch. This goes to Kayshon Boutte. Receiver result and no good there. It's 3rd and 10. The Niners play a 4-3. They only have 3 linebackers out there. Flat pass for 5 yards there to Ramondre Stevenson, and it'll be 4th and 5. Drake May completed just 33% of his passes, 12 of 36 right now. Here's a dump off. This one's going to Kendrick Bourne again. And a 4-yard catch. That's first down. Still waiting to hear on the scheduling of the NFC Championship. Coach Tim Hay and Coach Michael Emerson. I'm looking forward to that one. And the Niners are taking a knee, and we should be done here any minute. One second left on the clock. We got a deep ball to Ricky Pearsall. Looks like Coach Rich Pierce wanted to see if he could get old RP a sneaky final play. Long touchdown. But he'll have to settle instead for a 28-10 victory as Coach Rich Pierce has now crowned the Coach of the Year champion for the 24 set USFFL season. Congratulations to him. Let's check it over here, see if we can say so personally. All right, I'm back. We'll see that they should pop in anytime. There we go. We welcome Dennis. Dennis, how we doing tonight, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
And I think, there's Rich. Let me add him in. Hey, Rich, congratulations.
Gentlemen.
Hey, here's what I'm going to do. I got first words. You might have heard this if you were listening to the broadcast. My voice is shredded. You guys have been doing this for years. You know what you're doing. You don't need me. Conduct your own question and answer. Tell me what happened.
Well, I think Drake May had a rough day. I don't look at too many stats, but when you said 11 for 34, was that his 12
for 36 at the end there.
13:37 at the end. Bottom line is Rich just, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He finds a weakness. And, with this New England team, I need to stay within a score or be ahead to have a chance. And once I fall back a couple scores, I'm toast. So, Rich did a good job getting up early and then just kept the chokehold on. And there it came, I had very, very minuscule chance, but there was a couple opportunities where it's like maybe I could sneak in, and I got 3rd down conversions twice that were taken away with offsetting penalties.
I cited that too, yeah.
Yeah, and not that it would have made any difference, but it was like enough to maybe I have it. I'd see the completion. I go, maybe I have a chance, and then all of a sudden the flags would come up. So
it was offsetting penalties both sides.
Yeah, exactly. Both times it was offsetting penalties. But congrats to Rich. Definitely made, outcoached me, outcalled me. Just, what is it? Back to back to back now for you,
I know. I think
championships.
what happens is if you give a two-time defending champion a 6-win carded team, he says, "Look, if I have to win the Coach of the Year, I can do that too."
Yeah.
They were well carded for some reason. I mean, the Niners are usually well carded. I mean, they have 3 5s in the secondary. You don't find that in the coach.
Yeah.
That came up, Charvarius Ward, several times.
Yeah. So I mean, their biggest Achilles heel all year. Well, the weakness on their cards is none of their runners are like the lowest rated fumble runners. They all can fumble. So I was always nervous. That's why I was giving some runs to that guy Patrick at the end.
Yeah.
He was a 3.69 guy. But all the other guys. But it didn't hurt me much during the year, to be honest with
No.
you. It didn't come up that much. And then if he gets sacked, he's a disaster too on that thing. But when the receivers fumbled, I guess the receiver fumbling was just a 1. And I think the sack fumbling is like 1 through 4 or something.
Oh, wow. That high,
So, I mean, you wonder a team like that, how do they only get 6 wins? I mean, I'm not a big San Francisco fan to be able to relive the real life of 2 years ago, but I think they definitely fumbled a lot, and they didn't really have a good run defense at all. I mean, there was zeros on the front, short gains on all 3. And people would just run. But I mean, I was calling run. I mean, your guys are not good guessed right. So I figured I'd go with that and then take my chances on May. So a lot of those May incompletions were actually guessed wrong, but 5, 6, 7 are all incomplete. So.
Exactly. Right in the middle of his card, he's got a lot of incompletes. And then a couple of times I even had some long passes where you were guessing run and nobody in zone. I'm like, here's my chance. Boom, nothing. But he doesn't have a card. It's not like he has a card where he gets it guessed wrong. It's going to be over 50%. Even guessed wrong long pass, he's probably 30% or below that or something. So it still takes a nice roll on my part to make it happen.
Well, I've learned a lot from a lot of other coaches in this league. There's a lot of good ones, and I learned from Crowley a long time ago. He said, it's not that easy to complete a long pass in this game.
No,
he's never got anybody back there. He just hates you to throw long, and
he does.
And I remember 2 years ago, I had an inferior. Well, not last year, the year before that. I had an inferior 49ers team, and I had to go up against Green Bay and Seattle in the playoffs. And I just said, I'm going to do the Crowley here, and I was friggin' double teaming everybody. And in order to beat him on that Seattle team, that's where he was weak. And he always had that other free safety blitz double team. And I just said, I'm just going to go long on him. So he did not have a good long pass. So it really depends upon the defense. You got a pretty good defensive zero man in column. So that's why I didn't throw long too many times.
Yeah. I mean, New England's defense is terrible. I mean, my running defense is horrible. My pass defense is horrible, but zero man in zone on the long pass is actually not bad. So I can move that guy around and play with him a little bit.
Yeah. So it didn't make sense to go long. I think I went once or twice, maybe to try to keep you honest. But but Crowley always says, hey, not he always says. He said it one time in the stuff, and he goes, it's not easy to complete a long pass in this league. And I'm like, yeah, you sometimes, but you can get burnt, right? Feast of famine.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. We always have some good games, Dennis. I mean, it's definitely a lot of cat and mouse stuff. Like on that last one, I called run 3 times down the stretch. I don't think you thought I was going to call run on that 4th and 3 play at the end there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I thought finally you might call pass on that one. So I thought, what the heck, I'll run it. Even the Debo one earlier, I was looking at your first 2 games in the playoffs, and I saw at one point you had 1 4th and 1, or I think what I have written down here, it was either a 3rd and 1 or a 4th and 1, but you threw. Yeah, what do I have here? 4th and 1 flat pass to Debo. So it was a 3rd and 1 in our situation, or maybe it was a 4th. Anyway,
it was 4th and 1.
4th and 1, and I looked and I thought, okay, he's gone flat pass to Debo in the first 2 playoff games. I'm going to just call that and got it. And then you get the
+7.
The +7 on it anyway. So I was like, oh well, one of those games, right?
Which was interesting because that was on a roll of a 5. Because I was going to a 7, I'm going to be like, hey, you can't blame a guy for rolling 7, right? But I
Sure.
couldn't say that because it was a 5. And then that was the fumble number. So if I ran it on my card, I wasn't going to get anything anyway.
There you go. There you go. But you know what? You play this game long enough, you're going to have games when you don't get rolls like that, and it's going to even out because you get games when they do. So I was just like, okay, that's all right. I'll get it. I'll get the rolls next time.
Timing of when the rolls are is just as important as, how many rolls you get.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And it's interesting because people, I don't know if it's necessarily the roll, because there's 2 parts of that, right? The roll is only bad depending upon the play you call, right?
Oh,
So
sure.
Some people bitch. It's like, my freaking quarterback threw 4 interceptions.
Oh, I know.
Because you guessed pass and you rolled an 11 and he guessed pass. Well,
exactly.
If you did a run, your running back sitting on 22 yards on 11 wrong.
It's your responsibility to make your odds the way you want them to be.
Exactly.
It's your responsibility to make your odds look good.
Right.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's not a guarantee you're going to win or you're going to get the rolls you need.
Right.
All you can do is make your odds as good as you can make them.
Yeah, that's the beauty.
There's always a lot of bitching about the game and the luck, but I mean, who else could craft a game where stuff comes this close? I mean, you pretty much figured it out. So
and just like real NFL, they call the perfect play, and sometimes it doesn't work out because some guy tips the ball when it's incomplete, or it goes off somebody. Guy makes a helmet catch in a playoff game. So. Just because you make the perfect call, just because I double team Debo on a flat pass, it should not be automatic incomplete. There's got to be some options in there. So when it happens, it's like, okay, it's real football. That's
so
what happens.
Many variables,
Totally.
So many variables. We had the NFC game the other night where Jalen Hurts goes 8 of 26 and throws for 66 yards. And they won that game.
And they won. That's right.
The NFC championship game.
Wow.
That kind of thing does happen in the NFL, where a quarterback will play that bad, but enough things clicked. The big run of Barkley a few times, and by the time the coach figured out to stop that more, and the defense had checked in all game, didn't need much from Hurts at all.
No, I agree.
Well, besides congrats to you, Rich. Congrats to you, Tim, for getting into the Super Bowl. Nice, tough win the other day against the Bengals. How do you hold them to 7, man?
War of attrition.
That was crazy. That was a wild one.
I wouldn't have expected it to be a low-scoring game, but it just worked out that way. And I knew it early. I knew it early that we were going to be there for a while doing that. Yeah. I could just tell. And that's why I was so mad when I missed my 2-10 field goal, because I knew I was going to need that all game long, and I sure did.
And who might you be playing?
I will play the winner of the NFC title game between the Detroit Lions, Michael Emerson, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And Tim Hay, it will be in Philadelphia. And I went public after my game last night saying I would prefer to play. Listen, I want to win like anybody would if they make it, and I'll just say it. I'd prefer to play the Eagles.
Sure.
I saw that 8 of 26 performance, or 6 of 20, whatever it was bad. And I'm like, Jared, both running backs scare me, but Jared Goff scares me more than Jalen Hurts.
And the receivers he has too. Jamison Williams' card is nasty. Then you got Amon St. Brown. He's a beast.
Sam Laporta is a great tight
end. They just got so many offensive weapons.
Gibbs is an A-rated yak, and has a great card for that. David Montgomery has like 5 short gains on off tackle wrong. Yeah. It's insane. And if I play them, I'm gonna bring my A game and do what I can. You know how it is. But yeah, I would rather play the Eagles. I think.
Sure.
And my card really is a lot of hit or miss. I was amazed when I called that game, broadcasting it. I mean, he's got what you expect from a guy that ran for like 2,000 yards, but he had a lot of
barbell
middle that if you can get it, you can find chances to get off maybe. So I don't know. Dice will dictate if I play him, but
it's called a barbell card.
Oh yeah, I like that. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Heavy on both ends and pretty light in the middle. I think he even has. Is it he that has like the guessed wrong -4 on an end run, like in the middle of the card?
Yeah. Oh, I know we did on off tackle. There was a couple that we.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe off tackle.
On wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
You get the middle of the card. It's a little dicey.
Yeah. Barbell. Rich, I was telling Tim the other day that you and I playing each other, we're actually people that met. I was telling that we met in New Jersey, you, me, and Pete Q a few years back. So he was kind of tickled by that because, you don't get that a lot. I mean, you have some relationships here where you know people when you were younger, but as we get older, not a lot of people that you actually meet that you've never met before. But
we went to Hooters, right? Wasn't that where we went?
My wife's in the background. I told her we met. I told her we met at the church.
I dragged him there. He didn't recommend that I dragged him there.
It's all good.
Patriot.
It's all good. Well, anyway, congratulations, Rich.
Thanks. That must be
you are the man.
Congrats, Rich. Congrats on the championship, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
All right, great job this year as always, Tim. I don't have that much time to dedicate to it, but you got a good staff, and I just I always say, it's a great league. We got a bunch of coaches to take those lesser teams. So thanks.
We've got a great group of guys.
Jets and Carolina guys and the Miami guys.
Oh yeah.
We got some of these teams in the playoffs though that have been struggling. The Bears got to finally get in.
Oh
the
yeah.
Lions, I know they might have been in the last year. I can't remember, but it's been a while for that team. So we've got a couple of these teams that the cycle has finally kicked around for them, and I'm excited for that.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's good. Detroit, especially, right? They've been suffering.
Yeah. Definitely.
Donnie Hastings doesn't believe it though.
Yeah.
And the Jets.
He's in another tier all of his own.
I will always be a Jets fan as long as Donnie's in this league. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, guys. You have a good evening.
Have a great night, man. Congrats, Rich.
Dennis, good seeing you again, buddy. Tim, thanks for everything. Have a good night.
Nice talking to you, Rich. Bye.
Bye.
All right, gang. Looks like we are signing off. We have ourselves a new Coach of the Year champion. His name is Rich Pierce. So he just rolls the championships along. 2 straight Super Bowl wins. Then he gets a 6-carded team, ends up in the Coach of the Year final, walks away with that title as well. So congratulations to Rich Pierce. 3 consecutive years of solid showings in the USFFL postseason. So we've got one more game that I'll be broadcasting, and that's going to be the NFC title game. I don't know when it's scheduled yet, but you can dang sure bet I will be on the mic. And then we'll probably have Anthony Tangora or Dennis or both tag teaming maybe to cover the Super Bowl when that time comes. So stay tuned right here for future broadcasts, and we'll go ahead and sign off for tonight. Thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. And Harlan, wherever you're at, I hope you enjoyed it as well, my friend. Have a good night.